So today I have received my first, full set, uh, Ringdoll BJD. Um, so I just wanted to do like a little unboxing for people who might be interested in dolls by Ringdoll, but do not know what to expect from their full sets. So this guy here, this is a boy. He is a mature boy, which means he's around 70 centimeters tall. And I ordered him last Halloweenish time because it was an event. They um, released the like his pictures, and he was only sold as a full set compared to like other dolls which are usually offered as full sets, but then they're also offered in their basic versions. He only came as a full set, and honestly the reason I got him was because he was on a really good discount compared to the similar dolls of the dolls of a similar size, because as a full set he costed around 350 US dollars, which honestly, like for a BGD which is 70 centimeters tall and which is comes like fully ready out of the box, is not bad at all. So here I'm kind of covering my address on the box, but and again I ordered him back in like fall, early winter, and he only arrived today, so May 1st, which is kind of standard for BGs since they are pre-ordered, and it's not that like the package was taking too long, it's more like the doll itself was being made. And so here inside the box we see the annual box, which I'm pretty sure it is upside down, which means in order to get him out I need to kind of turn him around like this, and just like this. Do not show my address on camera. And you can slide the cardboard off, and here you can see the entire box in its full glory. And I actually got a teenager doll just like maybe 2 weeks ago, which she was not a full set, she was a part of the spring Easter event they were doing, like Ringo was doing, and she was also pretty cheap for her size. But this boy is kind of unique because he was sold as a full set, not as a basic doll, which you have to do a lot of work with before you can kind of display it and take pictures of it. So let me actually probably go ahead and grab my gloves, and I will be right back. Okay, so after spending some time looking for my gloves in my apartment, I realized that I actually had them already lying on my sofa. So I'm just doing this in order not to mess up with the doll too much. And unfortunately, those are not really thin, so they can get like pretty hot. And also, I guess they're not exactly like they're restricting my movement a little bit. So I hope. I guess like when it will come, the time will come to like put the clothes on, I might just have to take them off because it would be made impossible. But so just like this box actually looks super similar to the teenager box, except it is bigger, which obviously to accommodate for the size of a doll. And this box is actually not like, it doesn't really have a lot of interesting things going on. It does have a little bit of a symbol here, which I think is a symbol and not damage. Then it is also sealed with ringdoll seals. There's 4 of them, so they look like this. And on top of it, I assumed it was like the name of a doll originally, but perhaps it is just the name of the company. And yeah, this is pretty much what the box looks like. And just to show you how big this box is, Again, let me grab something that has like somewhat familiar size. This is an Xbox controller I have. So yeah, as you can see, this box is really big. Like if I stand it up, it seems like it's like half my size. So half my body height. But yeah, let me get those seals off and to finally free the boy. It's been a long time since I ordered him, and honestly, his has been a little bit of like a guilty pleasure, I assume, because when I saw like him being on such a great discount, and he was also full set, which means you can like pretty much immediately get to the point with him without like any need to like contact a makeup artist, which is probably like the biggest thing with my other doll. Like I still haven't really found an artist I want to commission to do a face up for her, which means she's just kind of sitting in her box. With him there will be no such problem because he is pretty much ready to go, should be at least. And let me get the last seal off. I'm also not sure what it is with Ringdoll and good deals lately, because once again right now they have a big deal going on through like the entire May, where they let you pick any of their like basic dolls and get them for actually what is a pretty good price of like $300 for like a teenager, and I believe 320/350 for an adult doll, so like the doll of that size. Teenager dolls are also like 1, 2, 3 or SD size, as sometimes people call it, but they are also around like 10 centimeters shorter than those are. So I might just like do a little comparison with the teenager doll I have later, and I'm just like being very careful with my camera here. Okay, so I guess it's time to reveal Man to the World, or if it's the same packaging as like a Kawan, it's probably just going to be a lot of packing material first, but let me just pull. You can just pull after like taking off the seals, you can just pretty much pull the seals off. And okay, so here we have well, it's not really a certificate, it's more like a cover which covers the entire box, and the Akaoni doll also had that, but as you can see, it has the classic thing on the side, and aside from that, it does have like a little bit of information about the company, I would imagine. So, right. Actually, Ringdoll's customer service is really good. I had to contact them like twice, because I moved, and first I had to change my address to deliver this guy, and then I forgot to change my address on the website, so when I ordered my second doll, it was also originally, was like shipped to my original address, so I had to contact them, and they like were super nice and they changed it super easily. Oh, okay, so maybe me rotating him around wasn't a very good thing. Huh, that was a little weird. Usually they are better packed, but you can... I don't know if you see that, but he is a little bit wonky. I guess during the delivery he kind of decided to escape his clutches of the soft. I do hope nothing is wrong with him. But I need to be very careful now because clearly he has been a little bit shaken, and I assume like there was like the silhouette of person body which was supposed to be like held close to his body, but it ended up being like released, perhaps because we just put a lot of like his full set stuff on here. So yeah, I really hope nothing is wrong with him. I mean, there is still a good chance that nothing bad happened, because I don't really, at least, I mean, his legs are kind of out of it, but the rest seems to be fine. So, but yeah, everything is just kind of there. I wonder if it's just like the way it was packed, or maybe something just happened along the way. But yeah, so here I think I have a list of what comes with him, and he is a full set. which means I'm pretty sure this is a doll stand for him, which I will get to later. Then in here we have a little like booklet thing, which details like what BJD sizes like Ringdolls are, and just tells a little bit about the company, and a little bit about like the series they have going on, because they do release dolls for like series of actual plots. So some of the dolls you see on like Ringdoll website come with quite a bit of a backstory. So yeah, everything looks a little wonky. Like I didn't have that issue with the other doll I got from Ringdoll. So I wonder if it's because like it was a full set and they kind of had to pack it. So this is a pack of cards. So those are like postcards with existing Ringdolls. So I will put it away for now. Now in here, I imagine this is the base of a doll stand. Again, I will just put it away for now because I want to get to the boy. And yeah, I guess doll nudity, trigger warning. These dolls are fairly realistic. So, but despite the wonkiness of everything, I think he looks fine. But yeah, like let's get to kind of the main dish here, which is this boy right here. And I will get to like everything that comes with him a little later. But here he is, and unlike a Kaoni, he actually comes with his head attached. I wonder if it's because he is a full set, so we don't really expect you to have to ship his head. But yeah, and he's wrapped really well, so like even despite him kind of wobbling inside the package, I don't think anything bad happened to him. But I have to be, again, careful and nice that I'm catching it on camera. But yeah, he is huge. Like, if I were to stand him, and let me actually just go ahead and set the boy free, because he has been wrapped in this for so long, and it was admittedly he has been shipped fairly recently. Actually, I was supposed to get him tomorrow, not today, and then they just kind of randomly changed it, the delivery to today, which is, I mean, it's good enough. I live in the area where they can just kind of leave your package on the porch and nobody steals it, because you know, he is fairly expensive still. I mean, he's much less expensive than a lot of dolls of his size, and like especially full sets would be, but it's definitely not a cheap purchase. But yeah, when I first saw him, and like first of all I saw how cheap he was and I really liked his actual sculpt. I had to like talk to my mom, who is usually the enabler of me getting things like this, because even though I have the money, like sometimes you just think like, am I going to spend it on my hobby like this, like that much money? And back then I was still a student, and I was also supposed to like move in just a few months after he was like on a pre-order, put on a pre-orders. So for me it was like this big thing of, okay, do I need like to save more money for my moving, or do I like, this felt like a once in a lifetime opportunity because of how cheap he was for a full set. And definitely now that I have him right here, right now, like I would say no regrets, but back then it was still like quite a big deal for me to gather that collagen. And he's my first BJD actually. I do have other dolls. I have quite a big Ezone doll collection, especially in like 1/6 department, but like in 1/6 department you get 3 dolls for his price, and he's already pretty cheap, so like for any normally priced doll of his size you get like 4 dolls or 7 dolls of his size, like Azones, which also come on a full set, so they're a little easier to deal with compared to those BGDs. I'm just trying to be careful and freeing his hand. I think this like has a grip. Yeah. So he is actually packed fairly well. If you can see, like this hand is has like a holding gesture, and they put a little piece of parallel in here, probably to prevent the fingers from snapping. But now I have to be like super careful in opening this, especially considering unfortunately I'm also wearing gloves, which does not make it easier. And let me just get this out of the way. And I just kind of pulled the previous one, but I think because his hand, like because of his hand gesture, this is much more difficult with this. So let me see if I can just unwrap his hand by tearing through. And yeah, I have him like lying in a very wonky position right now. Poor guy. I did not meant to be. Just get a little stuck here. Yeah, with this toast, I mean, you kind of have to be on one side, on one hand you have to be careful, on the other hand, they usually do come with like a lot of wrapping, so while being careful, if you are like too careful, it can just take ages to get him out. And especially since he's a full set, like I would imagine this video will be a very long one. Okay, finally I absolutely destroyed this poor package. This poor bubble wrap. Okay, let me just cut off the last part and not. Okay, finally the boy is free. The boy's hands is free, and you can already see he is rather posable out of the box, which is nice. Like I would rather not have to restrain him, but it also feels like I might need to, because he does feel like a tiny little bit wobbly. So right off the bat I'm thinking that maybe I will have to go for like the entire restraining process, because you can see it's like a little, although like it seems like he can hold the position relatively well. So let me be careful with his body, especially because again it is my first time dealing with the doll. Oh no, did his finger just snap? Dang. Okay, that's what I meant by being careful with them. See? Okay, I mean, I'll probably be able to glue it back on, but dang. First thing that happens. It is nice that he is like, I mean, it's a hand, which means I can get an extra spare one. Like, hands are replaceable. More easier replaceable than like his body, but yeah, his finger just snapped. I wonder if I just did it too roughly, or maybe it's because he was like wobbling inside. Yeah, that's such a pity. Like, dang, ow. I need to like review the video later to know like why that happened, but I think I mean, for now I will probably just keep it as like, maybe I'll just glue it back later. But honestly, like, this is what I meant when I said you have to be like super careful with them. Perhaps it was because I was just kind of hanging him a little roughly here, and also that's why he's holding this. But I was thinking about ordering replacement hands. I think they are selling some with different gestures, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue just to replace hands alone. But yeah, take this, I guess, as a warning for like if you're going to get your own BJD. And yeah, I wonder why it snapped. Like, it's still, his finger is not too thin, so it's not like it's something that would snap like super easily. I'll show you on camera. Did I just like hit him that hard, or was it just like wobbly to begin with and that's why? But yeah, I need to be super careful with the rest of this unboxing. I don't want to damage him any further than that. Okay, let me get the wrapping off. And I guess I'll need to look for a hot glue gun later and to look like for an advice on how to make repairs. And obviously I'll just probably also order like replacement hands for him, but it is quite a shame that this happened. Like, dang, I'm so sorry, little boy. Oh yeah, and his name is Codename R. Okay, let me get to the head, and the head is super duper, like it's tied really, really well. So I wonder how I should get to it, like what was the correct procedure be. Perhaps I'm just not meant to handle anything that delicate. So I think I got this part. Okay, like I mentioned, hands are probably the easiest parts to replace, like even easier than legs are, so I'm not like devastated by what happened, but it's definitely quite, like, I don't know, sad. So at least, like, let's hope nothing else is wrong. And it might have been because of how I handled the unwrapping of his hand, so it might very well be on me. I mean, those are kind of expected to be rather fragile, so it's not really surprising that I would eventually encounter this issue, but it's a little sad to have this happen to my very first doll. Or more like very first, like, full set one. Yeah. Yeah, now I'm trying to be like extra careful with his head. Especially. Let me see if I can just cut this part off and not have to go like through possibly damaging process. So I have to be careful not to like make the blade contact his body. Okay, so the mask is off, and let me unwrap his head. It is wrapped super careful. I assume it's because he has like his makeup on. I don't think Akaoni's head was wrapped quite that tight, like carefully, but let's see. So he is a cyborg, which means he has in his makeup cyborg parts, and as you can see, okay, I will let him hold on to that little block for now, considering what happened to his other finger. But he's let me just get the camera. So this is what his makeup looks like, and it's so gentle. Like I wasn't sure if I wanted the cyborg parts, so I'm not sure if I will like ever go ahead and modify him to look more human. But at least for now I do intend to keep him just the way he is. And yeah, let me just show you the doll. You can see a little bit of wonk every, like, you can see there is a little thing here, which I'm not sure if I caused that or if he just arrived like this, but I do have like special cleaning thing. So yeah, his fingerless hand, which I'm not sure if like did I need to review the footage later to see what I did wrong, like why this happened. Because those fingers are definitely delicate, but I'm not like, are they that delicate? So his other hand, which is obviously holding this little block, and I do not intend to let him not hold that block. And obviously his legs. So and now that he is completely free of web, and obviously like his finger, I do not intend to lose that. I will probably glue it back on. And I mean, those hands will have to stay at least the replacement, like until the replacements arrive. And I guess I need to go ahead and order the replacements like now because I was considering getting him those hands either way, because the ones they're selling are fully ball jointed ones. So this is actually his ring finger, so I wonder if like I'm going to glue the finger back on, if I can make like a little ring for him, which would hide the fact that the finger was glued back on. So I wonder if I can do that later. But like I really like the sculpt of his hands. It's really like he has very long fingers, and he does have like quite realistic shapes here, which obviously is quite nice. And let me put the camera back, and this camera is really wobbly, so I have to be careful. But yeah, and like as far as his back goes, let me just put him up to show you the back of his body. So yeah, as you can see, those dolls are extremely detailed. Well, for how expensive they are, but it's kind of given. But you also see just how tall he is. Like, let me again take this Xbox controller, which I assume everyone kind of at least has a little bit of an idea of what's going on. Like, but this is the Xbox controller, and this is him like standing, which the camera doesn't even capture it. Let me like put him down, lay him down, and then show you the controller right next to him. But like this is how tall he is, like compared to something that you're meant to hold with both of your hands. But yeah, let me go ahead and get to like very interesting part, which would be his outfit. And that outfit does come like in several parts. Like I said, he's a cyborg, so he has this kind of like cyberpunk look. So let me slowly start going through his things. And I guess I should probably start with his eyes first. So this is his wig. And his eyes are just like with the doll called the Kaoni, which came in first. This is like a little bag where they put their eyes, and as you can see, his eyeballs themselves are pretty small compared to how big the eyeball itself is. His irises are pretty small. It's because of how small his like shape is. So, and oh, he does have a little card here. Let's see what that is. But so he has this little card, codename R, and it says number 51. I wonder if this is like the number of my doll, which is unique to it. If anyone has those dolls, like, and you got this card, let me know. Or if it's just like a number of like the number of a doll, like the doll, as in like the sculpt, like the number. But yeah, then obviously, in my Akaoni video, which I did shoot like some time ago, I was a little confused about this little thing because it looked kind of random. But now I understand that it is a certificate. So you can see the name, like the ID engraved at the back of it. So, and obviously his eyeballs. And again, like when I'm dressing him, like how delicate do I have to be? They are a very interesting green color, like green to gray gradient, kind of. So, it will probably be quite an interesting task to put them in. I have never put in like a BJD eyes inside the doll before. But I do like that it seems like they have those little tails, which I think even after you put in the eye, it would make it easier to switch like the looking direction of the eyes, which is nice. So obviously this is the eyeballs, and let me see if I can get them in, like how hard it is to get them in. And in here, okay, so I guess his like eyebrows are not applied, which means it would be, I guess, a learning experience for me to try and apply them myself. Or maybe I can just keep him as is for now and deal with eyebrows like later. We'll see how he looks without them. But that's what we did for like non-full set doll. And I'm a little surprised because I assumed full set dolls will have the eyelashes already applied, but I guess not in this case. And here I think this might be, what do you call this? Something that helps you stick things together. And I would imagine this is for his eyeballs, like little the thing you can put inside his head to hold his eyeballs in place. But let me actually consult the instruction manual first. Let me just put things back inside for now. Because definitely the fact that I have to apply the eyebrows does come at a little bit of a surprise. But I guess, like, you cannot not expect to do something like that in this hobby. Which, I mean, is completely okay. I also need to think about something with his ring. I wonder if anyone is selling any BJD rings online. I might just make a little custom one using some small stone if I can find one. So that would be an interesting project to work on, as well as just restoring his finger back into shape. But yeah, let me consult the instruction manual if he has one here. Oh yeah, and before I do, his wig, which, I mean, he's a full set doll, which means everything he has on him was like used in the promo photo, so you could replicate the his promo photos with just everything that comes in the box, which is really nice in some way. It does kind of, I mean, BGDs are nice partially because they're so customizable. Like you can replace eyes, you can replace like their hair because they're always kind of like bald and just come in with wigs. But getting yourself a full set, like I think like as a first doll especially, a full set one is nice because you can pretty much like get the doll fresh out of the box and no much extra work required. Although, as you can see, here it went a little wrong with like the finger snapping, which means I have to now find out how to glue it back and how to mask the fact that it was snapped. But that all aside, this is his wig. It's kind of like an interesting gradient. It goes from black to this kind of like white or more like gray platinum color. So yeah, this is what his wig looks like. And I wonder if I am even going to be able to put him all together on camera, but just for the sake of like showing you what else is in the box. So obviously his clothes are here. Let me just get them out to demonstrate. And then I might need to just do all the putting the doll together in the background, but yeah, those bags just kind of snap open, and let's start dragging things out one by one. So the first thing is obviously his jacket, and it's so interesting to see like a doll cloth of this size. And as you can see, on the inside is this very neon lime color. It like even kind of looks like if it's glowing because of how neon it is. Then I think the interesting detail here is that on his sleeves you have this transparent part, which is kind of like made out of material which is closer to what raincoats are made out of. And obviously he has this, oh, this is so cute. This part here, which is like basically the real way you would, like it's absolutely real, it's just small. Let me see if I can. Yep, and it's fully functional too. And I guess like on the dolls of this size, you get those like real details more often. And he has big, nice pockets, obviously fully functional, and even you can even close them. Then you obviously have his zipper, which goes up, not down, which I guess is an interesting detail. Usually you zip up, right? Your coat, but here you zip it down. And that's what it looks like on the back. And obviously he doesn't have a hood, actually, but he does have this very tall neck part, covering part. So, and here you also get this kind of like little detail. I wonder what it is supposed to be. I think I might find out later what this part here is meant to be. But yeah, like the work on this is honestly so good usually. And it's so nice to just hold a piece of clothing, which is definitely meant for like a small doll, but well, not small. You can't really call this small. It's probably one of the like largest formats of a doll in existence. But just like the quality of the work is so nice. I would have worn this too. It's a very cute, cool piece of clothing. Okay, so going back to what else he comes with, we have this, which I assume is actually his hood, which you can attach like literally with the buttons. Yeah, you see there are like little buttons here, and you can also see little buttons here. Where are you? I definitely saw them. Oh yeah, here. I think it was somewhere here. Well, you have some buttons here, so I think this is where this hood will be attached to create like an actual hooded coat. This is part number 2, and let me just be careful with that. I mean, it's not really a kind of material which gets wrinkled easily, but I still want to be as careful as I can. And I mean, I already kind of ruined my own experience here, so let's not shoot myself in the leg any further than that. Then obviously you have his pants, I think. Yeah, I assume it's his pants. And that's kind of interesting. So they have this little 10% design, 90% chuangui. And I think those are like, these are very interesting. Like, I really want to see what they will look like on him. But those look like tights, kinda? I don't know. Like, see those belts here, like the random belt parts? I am really interested to see how this is gonna come together. But again, he has big pockets. Also, I'm so jealous. Like, I wish female clothing had big pockets like this. Especially on like jeans and stuff. But yeah, I think this might be like interesting. So you see, I can like hold it like that. Yeah, I think that his clothing will also need to be figured out a little bit. Obviously, we have like reference pictures. I wonder if there's like an instruction on how to dress him, since he is a full set. And now, finally, oh, it's his fanny pack. I have one, like, I have those two bags like this in real life. They're so convenient, but his is also so detailed. Like, you can, like, exactly the same mechanism to close it. Unlike mine, it doesn't have like a zipper here, but it kind of makes sense. I mean, it is doll clothing after all, but the fact that like, does this open? I wonder. Yeah, this is fully functional fanny pack, just for a 70 centimeter doll. So yeah, and again, it does have like, if for you, best choice, authentic, classic wear, leading the trends of the century fashion. Oh, and I assume this is like a designer brand, like the in-universe designer brand, because if you remember his, okay, camera, can you focus? His pants, I believe, also had the same branding on them. Yeah, oh, it also says Denim 1987. I need to look up what 1987 like means. Is there like a hidden meaning to it? And it has like a little like extra piece here, which makes it ultra realistic. Oh, I really like this. I really like this. This is such a nice accessory, like, and it doesn't just work with that outfit specifically. Like, I'm pretty sure if you have like other dolls, or like get him an extra outfit, like it would still work with whatever you put it together with. And let's see, this is over. No, there is one more detail in here. So yeah, the only thing I'm a little worried about with just like this BJD in general is that his clothing is dark, like it's black, which usually means that his body might be stained by it. I do have a special, I did buy like a special thing to help me clean his body if it does get stained, but like it's nice to just avoid those situations in the first place. But yeah, in this little bag there is, let me just get it open, and again my fingers are not very agile in those gloves. Okay, I got this. Okay, so there's actually like, I think, a few different things in here. So first of all, there is a glove, just super nice, ultra realistic glove. I wonder if, to be for like the starters, before I fix his finger, I can just kind of add the finger inside the glove and make it hold it for me. I'm not sure how well it's gonna work, but who knows, maybe it will work better than I imagined. So one glove. Now this here is, I think, a sleeve, I would imagine. Has this interesting pattern. And yeah, I wonder like if his finger snapped. I don't think I was touching his hand when his finger like snapped out. So I wonder how like putting a glove on it would be, considering the finger did like break off. I mean, it might have also been because like the resin itself got a little like micro damages during the transportation, because if you could see, like, he wasn't really fixed very well. But I wonder, like, I guess at this point it's just speculation and I just need to review this footage later. And now finally, this is a pretty long chain which I definitely need to look up like what part of his outfit it goes on. I might need to like look at his picture again later. But yeah, this is the outfit. I'm honestly so happy with it. Like, it's so, like, he's really stylish. Well, I mean, obviously I wouldn't have gotten the all if I didn't like it, right? But he also comes with those, I guess, sneakers, which are so big. Like, his leg is, like, almost the size of the palm of my hand. Which is, like, I could barely fit two of those on my hand. So, but yeah, I guess I need to get to like the actual assembly now, which I should start with the head, which definitely should be very careful with. And I'm glad I'm wearing, oh, actually, never mind, look at him. He actually does have eyelashes applied. I wonder if those ones are just like replacements in case something goes terribly wrong. But like I'm not sure if the camera catches it well right now, but I guess I just put eyelashes with like everyone. But yeah, he definitely has his applied. Okay, nice. One problem less, but now I have to be careful. Especially when like working with his head, which I will have to do now because I might need to like pause this video and go ahead and look up how to do his eyes, and might just even do it off camera because I wouldn't imagine it will be a particularly interesting process. So let me just pause the video and go ahead and like look up the whole eye putting in process. But just for like people who might not be dealing with BJDs very often, the back of his head just comes off. Pretty sure it will be on magnets. Like this. Yeah, this is why this camera is like very wobbly. I don't have like any professional one, so I'm just kind of keeping my phone there, and it's kind of refusing to cooperate at the moment. So yeah, his head is like, not sure if I can show it with just one hand alone, but this part comes off. So this is what I'm gonna do now, and I will show you, I guess, the result of my struggles with putting in his eyeball, which I wonder what he's gonna look like with them in.